Yeah. Secrets to Recovery, brought to you by God's Chosen Ones. Music brought to you by CFC, Content for Creators. Catch them on YouTube. Find some nice practice there. Free to use.
Listen.
We got a powerful one for you today. Coming back over to Uvalde, Texas. Just getting crazier and crazier out there. Hold this down for a second. Okay. Bring everybody in real quick. Do it, man. We here. I mean, don't mind that in the back. Turn y'all around. Turn y'all over this way. Got a lot to talk about. Right. So check this out, man. Coming out of Uvalde, Texas. Can you believe what they're doing with the teachers? Now, keep in mind, a little short time ago, they were telling the teachers, hey, we can't trust these teachers. Do something about these teachers. Now watch this. Bring you over here. Check this out. Okay, let's go here right here real quick. Let's go over here. Now listen to this.
Arm and prepare and train teachers and other administrators to respond quickly, because the reality is we don't have the resources to have law enforcement at every school.
Really, Ken? You sure about that? Because we've just been through a whole season of Republicans screaming about how they don't trust teachers, and teachers need to be monitored for suspicious activities, including in Texas. Republicans have legally limited how teachers can teach about things like race and slavery under the boogeyman of critical race theory. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick wants his own version of Ron DeSantis' Don't Say Gay law in Texas.
So I'm going to stop that right there. But you can see, like, they're basically starting to get to the point where they want the teachers to do this. Check this out.
So you can't trust teachers to speak to your kids about race or gender or sexuality, but you want them to meet an AR-15 with equal force? Well, if you want them to do that, you're going to have to ask them to fire this.
Get into a good forward body lean.
Imagine that weapon in a classroom with your fifth grader. And if trained law enforcement officers have failed to stop mass shooters, what makes you think Miss Sally can do it?
Right.
And then,
let me stop that right there. Let me stop that right there real quick. Get you back over to here. Now, see, now you can see right there. Now they didn't come crawling back to the teachers and telling the teachers, we're going to give you the guns because we don't want to go in. So we're going to give you the guns, let you do it. So moving on, though, from that, man, remember the shooting in Buffalo? The security guard that got hit, turns out he was a hero. He was a superhero up there because he was the one he was shooting back. Just that the guy, well, I'm gonna let them tell it right here. Check this out here. You go over here. All right. All right, bear with me. Bear with me. We still getting the functionality of all of this. Still getting the functionality of all of this. Okay, so let's see. So let me put you over here. Get you here.
Directly from the NRA itself after Sandy Hook.
The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun.
Now, the right would like you to think that if only there were additional armed security there, if only there, then the problem will be solved. But history tells us something quite different. Start with Columbine, where there was actually an armed security guard on the campus when the shooting happened, and still 13 high school kids and adults were killed and 20 injured. At the Parkland school shooting in Florida, there was an armed security officer who failed to even enter the school when he heard the shots fired. And earlier this month in Buffalo, the security guard at the top supermarket, Aaron Slater, did engage the killer, but his shots failed to penetrate the armored vest of the gunman. Slater was killed when the gunman returned fire. He was buried just yesterday.
Let me stop that right there. That's horrible. That's horrible. I couldn't even imagine that. And here's the thing, like, I just don't understand why these officials that are so noble and so brave and so this and that, why don't they just get up there and tell the truth? Why don't they just get up there and tell the truth? Now, watch this. This is a good example of that. I'm going to cue this up here real quick. Now, ask yourself, why don't they just tell the truth? Why are they stumbling and mumbling? That's what we don't understand. So check this out. Let me know what you think of this right here. Let's see here. Whoa. All right. Okay, so let's get it right here.
Was there a school officer on campus, and was that school officer armed? Because that's what we've been told.
So at this time, no. There was not an officer readily available armed. No.
Was there an officer?
No. Nothing. I can't answer that yet.
Okay, another question. Why did...
Oh, let me just stop that right there, because hold on, what did that mean? No, I can't answer that yet. So, I mean, why don't you just say that then from the beginning if that's what it is? Because to say I don't know, we don't really know what happened. You know, we're not talking to each other. We're not, but check this out. This is what really had me, frustrated right here. Now check this out right here. Let me go back to this real quick, just so I can find this, because this is the most craziest part of it all. When you look at this right here, now the parents are outside this whole time with the police. Okay, with the police. Now check this out. Check this out right here. Man.
Carnage. What we do know is that it was long enough for parents to arrive on scene, pleading with police officers to go in and save their children. You can hear them screaming, begging officers to help.
Look at that.
NBC News has not confirmed precisely
at
what point this occurred or what actions law enforcement officers had already taken by that
time.
But the Associated Press reports that one parent who lost his daughter, says that authorities were unprepared and not moving quickly enough. That parent even raised the idea of charging into the school with several other bystanders. Another parent told the Wall Street Journal that she was temporarily handcuffed and almost arrested for supposedly interfering with the crime scene. She said she saw a father tackled and thrown to the ground by police and a third pepper sprayed. Each of them just wanted to see their kids alive again.
To me, that's cowardly, because you out there got all the smoke for the parents, throwing the parents down on the ground, pushing them around and stuff like that. Meanwhile, they in there getting slaughtered. But man, that's just horrible. I couldn't even imagine, like, this whole situation is just, it's just out of control. But let me know what you think about that. Let's see here real quick. We're gonna head over. You know how we do it, man. Secrets to recovery. God's chosen one. We here. We in the building for sure. We're gonna keep coming back to these stories, man. It's insane. We'll be back. And of course, we're brought to you by the God's Chosen One's organization, the God's Chosen One's men's transition home, coming soon, women's transitional facility. That's going to be powerful, as we're going to provide a place for our queens to come and get their crowns right. If you or a loved one needs a place to go, man, just reach out. God'sChosenOne.org. They'll be able to help you out. Once again, I'm Warren Garrett. This is the Secrets to Recovery channel. Find us on YouTube. You can also find us now on the Black Tube at God's Chosen One. We'll see you there. We'll be back.